Right, guys, we should be live. Please, this is Boo Brother. Do not swear. You are live on the air. So I'm just checking to make sure the slides are there as well. If you're watching this in the Shredded by Science Elite group, please leave questions in the actual group itself, and I'll get to them as soon as I finish presenting on this. Right, so I'm going to try and see if I can see the whole slides. So I'm just checking on my phone at the same time as well. So yeah, the talk for today is how to use Snapchat for your business. People think that it is a app that you can't really monetize on it. You can't really build a brand. There's no in-app searchability, etc. So we're going to look at that in a little bit. As I can see on the live, it's not actually showing my slides. So luckily I checked on my phone. Otherwise you'd be seeing absolutely nothing. So I'm going to change the screen share. I'm going to stop that. You'll be able to see me sort of in the SBS HQ. I won't give you a tour on that, but I'll give you a tour at a later date. So now I'm going to try and screen share the whole thing and see how that works. Back to the start. Just hiding that. Hopefully it works now. So again, guys, I'm just going to wait until it's catched up on my phone because there is a slight lag as well. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think we are good to go. I can see it on the screen. Yeah, perfect. Right. So let's get into it. So this is called a Snapcode, and this is one of many ways or 5 ways that people can actually add you as a friend on Snapchat. Now, as you can see from that one, we've downloaded it off the actual website itself, so not on the phone app, and we can customize stuff to it as long as you don't affect the black dots and the codes, etc. So first of all, do you have Snapchat? Or did you download the app and think, what the how I don't know how to use it? Snapchat can tend to be an app where, unless you've invested some time in playing around with it or actually looked on YouTube like I did for hours and hours on how to use it, looking at hacks, etc., it can be quite difficult to actually grasp the concept. And because they're doing new updates all the time as well, that also makes it a lot harder to get used to it, because there's always new changes, new ways to improve it throughout. And as I sort of alluded to earlier, it's no longer a dick pic platform. So people think that, oh, Snapchat, all you do is send dick pics or rude pictures, and that's all it's for, sort of like a sexting app. And it may have been that when it first came out, but it's definitely not just that now. Now, I'm not going to say you won't get any rude pictures sent to you, which include genitalia or people taking a dump. But you can block those people. You don't have to have them as friends to send you these vulgar snaps. But once you've digested it once, you'll never see it again. And that's the beauty of Snapchat. So who's on Snapchat and how does it fit into your social media strategy? So those which are predominantly 15 to 30 years of age are on Snapchat. So again, it's still a young platform, but every single platform started targeting the young. If you look at Facebook, it was college kids. And as a platform develops, as more and more people get on it, more and more older people get on the app as well. So if your target market is looking at the under 30, then it's definitely a place you should be considering in using to target your avatar, your target audience. But again, it is aging up quickly. Think about Facebook. Do your parents now have a Facebook account? My mum the other week added me on, followed me on Instagram and started putting some funny comments on my business Instagram account. So that was quite funny. Next thing is looking at having brand consistency between platforms. So looking at your usernames. If you've got Twitter, Instagram already, try and have the same handle. So we have Shred by Science. Just makes it easier for people to sort of recognize it. It's better for social media banners and stuff like that, where you can have just the same handle the name for multiple platforms. And the thing with Snapchat as well is once you've picked that at thing, you can't change it. So don't pick one like Luke Johnson Guns with a Z, because you will permanently have that for the rest of your life. Now, it's not your best player. I'm not going to sit here today and preach to you that Snapchat is the be all and end all, it's the best thing since sliced bread, because it isn't. But it is a very, very good platform, and for multiple reasons that I'm going to discuss in a little bit. So it should be your second or third best player. Your first best player for social media is probably going to be Facebook, just because it's the daddy of all. It's taking over Instagram. They tried to take over Snapchat, but Snapchat said no. So unless you're consistently providing great content on Facebook or maybe Instagram, then don't focus all of your efforts on Snapchat and neglect the other platforms which do have in-app searchability, which are more established with more users on them. But what Snapchat is and what it should be, it should fill the gaps between your other social media platforms. Again, Instagram, whether you're Fit Pro and you're taking these pictures and filtering them, and with your leanness and looking great from your photo shoot, which has been photoshopped the hell. Again, that's you just showing them a snapshot of what they want. It's not showing them the real you. So where Snapchat comes into play, it shows you the other 23 hours, 55 minutes in regards to that person's day, and being able to absorb you as a person. And I'm going to go through some of the pros and cons in a little bit. But next thing I just wanted to do is, when I was doing some research, the top country for Snapchat usage based on percentage of usage, that is, for online adults, is Ireland. And my good friend Keen can confirm that. He is from Dublin, and everyone is on the Snapchat. It's a relatively new platform in regards to awareness and you finding out about it. But it's been around for a while, and it is only going to expand. And if I had to have a prediction, it's going to blow up even more. Just having a bit of water. So pros and cons of Snapchat. So the pros and cons of Snapchat are: pros, attention. It's where the attention is at. It's where marketers haven't ruined it yet. When you're on Facebook, you're getting notifications all the time. You're getting messages. You're getting, oh, someone's like this, someone's like that. There's too many distractions, and it takes away that user's attention. With Snapchat, they are literally clicking on you and digesting. The only thing they can see on their phone is you and your Snapchat story. So you've grabbed that attention. Again, it's got a younger demographic. If your demographic you're trying to target is between 18 to 25, then it's going to be a very good platform for you, as it is at the moment. It's like having your own camera team following you around each day. You might not be like Gary Vaynerchuk, where you've got D-Rock or Jamie Alden, where you've got Magic Mike. But having your phone and having Snapchat allows you to feel like you've got your own camera team. And the beauty about Snapchat as well is, when you look at videos on YouTube or Facebook, again, you have the camera, if they've got a cameraman, the person's editing skills, some of the videos can look really, really polished and professional. Well, Snapchat, they can't. Everyone's on the level playing field. Everyone gets 10 seconds. Everyone gets the camera. Everyone gets the filters. Everyone gets the lenses. Everyone's able to type, but everyone's on that level playing field. There's no, oh, I've got money, so I've got more expensive camera kit. Everyone's got the same resources and tools at their disposal. Another great thing about it, it forces you to jab and not try to spam sell. Rather than putting out an Instagram post and being like, oh, you can get 5% off this discount supplement. You can get 5% off my clothing. You can get 5% off meat. Because you can't link it out on the app, and you can only use text, so you can't click on the link like you can in Facebook or Twitter or even Instagram with the profile. Snapchat doesn't allow that at the moment. So it forces you to put out content without trying to be too salesy. And the next thing is, it's updating all the time. And it's where the consumability is, like the repeat usage, like 60% of people go on Snapchat every single day who are on Snapchat, and they go on it multiple times a day. Like we're talking 5-10 times a day to consume that information. And the thing is, because the content is gone within 24 hours, if they don't consume it, they lose it. So if they don't see my Johnson in the park today, they're never ever going to see that again unless I download my story and put it on another social media platform. So that's why the attention's there. That's why you can build your brand and people buying into you as a person, because it forces them to consume that information, because once they've consumed it, they've lost it. And obviously with the gone in 24 hours is an important component of that. Some of the cons, there's no in-app searchability, so you can't use hashtags and start looking at people which have an interest in fitness or clean eating or fitspiration or whatever it is. So it's hard to find new followers or get new followers from inside the app itself on Snapchat. It's hard to link out to, so some people can see that as a con. However, you can quite easily get someone to message you, private message you, and you can actually send them a URL during that chat, which they can click on, and it takes them to that website page. It's harder to learn how to use it than other apps. And again, when when I said, right, we're going all in on Snapchat, it was a case of, how can I get people over there from our other social media platforms? So we have quite a good following on Facebook. So we just ran a competition on Facebook, and the result was we will be announcing a free academy space worth over £900 for one lucky Snapchat follower. And that got us like hundreds of people to follow us. So you've got to think of incentives to get people onto the app itself, because again, it is harder to get more followers if you're looking at during Snapchat unless people give you a shout out. And another thing is, once we've done that competition, because I knew that it's quite, people go on it and they freeze because they don't know how to use it, and it's not user friendly from that point of view, because there's so many things you can do on it. I decided to do YouTube videos on how to use Snapchat, so different basics, some hacks and stuff like that. And the guys, once they followed us on Snapchat, were able to then go onto YouTube and view those videos and be able to know how to learn the app. And that was really important for me, to make sure that people weren't just following us on Snapchat to just try and win a competition, and then once they didn't win a competition, they would never use that app again. I'm all for getting that user experience and getting people using it on a daily basis, and I think that's why I've done quite well on Snapchat, and my views are again around the 500 mark, which is quite good, because you could put a Facebook post out to 5,000 people and they are unlikely going to show out to 500 people consistently. So now we're going through the video. So there's 5 ways to add friends. You can add friends by a username. So you can just type it in, as is shred by science. If you're watching that now, add us in. You can add from address book. So if you've got just your contacts on there, if people are on it, you can add them. You can also link up your Facebook contacts with it. You can also add people via Snapcode. So you can see our Snapcode on the left. You could screenshot that, or you could actually scan it in app. You can add nearby. So if you've got other people and they can turn this function on, you can find who's nearby. And then finally, the share username, which we're going to look at, which is a URL which you can upload to multiple places for people to click on, and it will take them into the app, and they can easily just add you as a friend in a couple of clicks. So now we're going to look at the basics of Snapchat as well. And this is me at SBS HQ, not currently, even though I am here. And it's looking at how you can take photos and video. So you can take photos or video, whether you hold your thumb down on the button or the side bit where the volume is, determines whether it's just a one-tap picture, or if you hold it down, it decides to obviously do the video and you get 10 seconds worth. You can do text on here, so you can see. You can have it so that you can change the color of the text, you can change it, you can move it around, you can make it bigger and smaller. You also get all of your emojis on your phone, so you can start playing around with some emojis. Obviously, I'm making myself look better here. Here at the bottom left, you click on that and you can say how long you want that snap viewable for. So if someone's on it, you've only put 3 seconds, they're only going to get 3 seconds to view it. The little plus thing there, or the triangle, like the arrow going right, you can click on that and you can add to my story, and you can individually tag people in it as well. So now I'm looking at a video, so I'm just holding down on the thumb on the side of my phone on the volume. You got 10 seconds, and there's different things you can do as well. You can have different filters, so based on your geo filters. There's some for London. You can fast forward stuff, you can slow motion, you can add text again. Again, it gives you a lot of different things that you can do to try and create that infotainment and that value, rather than just being the same boring old, oh, this is me, my name's Luke, I'm a fan of shredded by science. It's like boring. You can move the writing around. As you can see, I'm now rewinding it. So some of the good things you could do is like throw something and then rewind it back so it looks like it's coming into your hand, like super magic powers. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff. And that, again, that's just some basics of Snapchat. Again, if you go into Luke Johnson on YouTube, you'll be able to find my Snapchat playlist. But again, some of the videos are a little bit dated. Um, and again, that's purely because Snapchat are updating all the time. So now we're looking at being social on social media. Yes, you can be social rather than just post something and not interact with your fans or your followers. You can actually be social. So this is me looking at the chat function. So you can have individual private messaging. Here I'm holding my thumb on the camera thing, and you can actually do 10-second little video clips of during that chat. So that it will be displayed like that for Lawrence when he sees it. You can add emojis, as you said there. So I've just sent him some love. Next thing we're looking at holding it down on the phone, you can send an audio recording of up to 30 seconds, so getting away from that 10-second barrier. You can then click on the media icon and send something. So if it's a photo or something you want to send someone, you can send it to them. They can save that as well, or they can screenshot it. You can actually do video calls as well. So if you just tap it once and you see it goes green rather than red. I'm currently ringing Lawrence. Here's Lawrence. As you can see, we're both in SBS HQ. Lawrence is laughing. You can see me there. Lawrence is still there. You can send emojis during it. You can go from video call to audio call to typing. You've got so much stuff you can do on this. You can also do URLs like I just previously discussed. So you can type it in and that person, as you'll see, it's displayed as URL, so they'll be able to click on it. There's Lawrence sending me a little video, and it sort of does it. It's like an animated GIF where it just repeats it. So there's plenty of different things that you can do on that. So yeah, definitely something you should be looking at. Again, you can record little videos, you can record messages and send them during that chat function as well. So again, being social on social media, thinking of building depth in a relationship with a few individuals rather than just putting out a ton of content, trying to get a ton of likes, but not having any real sort of super fans or people which are consuming your content on a daily basis. So we're going to look at types of content to post on Snapchat. Infotainment. If you're just trying to be entertaining without actually providing any value in regards to information. So for example, like me doing this now, I'm obviously hopefully giving you a bit of infotainment along the way. So I'm not giving you too much yet. So I'm going to have to include more of the entertainment bit and less of the info. But again, providing it together is key, because if you're just like that science guy and you're just like, oh, I'm super knowledgeable, but your personality is like a dead fish, then again, you're not going to do well on Snapchat. You're not going to do well on any social media. You're not going to do well on video or anything. So look at when you're coming up with information and trying to provide value in the form of whether it's videos, whether it's Snapchat, whether it's written content, always look at how can I make this more entertaining. So today I done Johnson in the Park, but I mixed it up and I done a Khaled in the Park, and I face swapped with DJ Khaled. I mugged him off a bit and I told him, back off, DJ Khaled. This is my park. This is Johnson's Park. It's my area to dominate. So again, trying to be a bit more entertaining, and Snapchat allows you to do that with the funky stuff you can do with drawings, etc. Tell a story and be creative. There's a reason why it's called My Story. People want to see you. They want to see you telling a story. Many marketers will say, someone's a good storyteller, they can sell pretty much anything. Do so on your Snapchat. Try and create a series of little things which make up a story. People want to see the real you. They don't want to see that guy who's chiseled 24/7, 365, or that girl who's always eating clean. They want to see the real you. They want to see behind the scenes. They don't want to just see that Instagram you posted once a day. They want to see multiple times you during the day and what you're doing. Big Brother, for example, people will watch other people do nothing. So to let people have a look in the behind the scenes. So people which follow me on Snapchat know that my son's called Lenny. They know that I do Johnson in the Park. They know about SBS HQ. And when I meet those people in person, they feel like they know me because they see me on a day-to-day basis. They know where I live. They know that my TV still has a load of leads coming down from it. And whenever I Snapchat, I always think I must get some cabling for that. Post content that you wouldn't want on other platforms permanently. So I post stuff up with my son Lenny, but again, it doesn't work on Instagram. It doesn't really work on Facebook. It's not something I want permanently to be up there. And as we know, it goes within 24 hours. So post stuff that you probably wouldn't either want to post publicly, not because of private stuff, but that it wouldn't really provide value and do it justice, like stay in there for eternity. Think of Snapchat exclusives and competitions, even like you guys today. If you're watching this now on shreddedbyscience.com/snap, the only people which are viewing this, I've not posted it out there to the world. I've not done any ads. I've not published this or publicized it. Only in my Shredded by Science elite group, which is a group full of personal trainers where we sort of give more business, market, and social media advice, and obviously making it specific to fitness. And only on my Snapchat. I've not posted it on Instagram. I'm not posting it on Facebook. Look after your snappers. That's what I like to do. So show them you talking about the latest products or services. So again, looking at, oh, we're launching this, or things like the SPS Academy or the 3DMJ conference coming up. Think about stuff like that, how you can raise awareness but not try and spam sell. If you are big time, you've got thousands of followers, then you could do Q&A and you could turn your chat off so that you don't get a ton of people messaging you, because you can do it where just friends or everyone can send you a message. But if you don't have a ton of followers and you're not Mr. Popular, then again, you can have certain slots where you can do Q&A where people can snap you questions, type them, video them, audio record them, and then you giving them specific feedback back. Have something that's unique to you. So I have Johnson in the Park. There's not many other Johnsons, and there's not any Johnsons who are on Snapchat, which walk through a park regularly where they give business social media advice. So again, try and find something that's unique to you. Use it as a hashtag. Even though you can't actually use hashtags, you can then cross-platform promote and say to guys, if you enjoyed that, send me a tweet using Johnson in the Park and let me know how you found it. And if you've got any questions, tweet me them. And then again, you're then building up a following on Twitter as well as Snapchat. You training actual clients. Yes. Rather than being so selfish, be selfless. Look at, people don't care about how many times you train or how good your physique is. In more so, like, unless they're like fanboying, but other people, like, all people are very selfish. They care about them and how they look and how they feel. So make your Snapchat feed again about your clients as well. Looking at their client journey, getting them to maybe take over your Snapchat, because people can relate to normal people more than fitness professionals, personal trainers who like to exercise, who can follow a nutrition protocol and stay on track so they're not ballooning up in weight and yo-yo dieting. This one's from Lawrence Snapjacking. So as I said, get your clients to take over it. If you've got a team of coaches, get your coaches to take over it. Get celebrities to take over it. Take over other people's Snapchat. I've taken over a Snapchat feed before. And again, I didn't expect anything out of it. Hopefully it brings some value to that person's followers and that they enjoyed it themselves. What you got to do, and this goes beyond just Snapchat, but try and provide specific value to a specific audience. If you try and please everyone, you end up probably pleasing no one. So with my Snapchat, again, it's a common theme. It's aimed more at fitness professionals. It's aimed more at marketing, business, more motivation type of thing than it is me doing stuff on 1 minute looking at nutrition, 1 minute looking at training, 1 minute looking at gardening, 1 minute looking at whatever it is. Try and be specific with the value you're providing to a specific audience. Obviously vary it up and make sure that it's entertaining, but make sure that you're talking to sort of one group of people rather than changing it up all the time, because you'll then get the right people following you on that feed or that Snapchat or that social media account. So here's some growth and awareness strategies. Do a Snapchat competition. Think of, if you've got a good following on Instagram, run it on Instagram. If you've got a Facebook, run it on Facebook. If you've got a good email list, send it to your email list. Put it on all of them. But you have to come up with a prize that's worth enough for that person to then go and either download that app and create a username or to actually follow you on that app. That's your right hook. That's you asking for something. So you could do 3 months worth of online coaching for free. They obviously have to follow you on Snapchat. The good thing about Snapchat is it runs out in 24 hours. So again, it could be screenshot this. Again, it's hard to get a gauge on. You can get a gauge on how many people have viewed your story, and you can also get a gauge on how many people screenshot it. So use the screenshot function. Oh, if you're a personal trainer, screenshot this. If you want to win 3 months of online coaching, screenshot this. But then start looking at cross-platform promotion as well, where you could get them to screenshot a snap and then upload it to Instagram and tag you on that on Instagram. So then again, you're raising your brand awareness on another platform which is more popular, which has more people on it. Put your snap code everywhere. Presentations, that's been on the left-hand side the whole time. Have it done on t-shirts. When we went to Body Power, we had them on t-shirts. People were just standing there, we could just hold it and people could scan it, and then we just added people as friends. It wasn't hard. And it done the job. Look at profile pictures. You've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Look at downloading your snap code and uploading it to your other social media platforms. Look at your images. If you're putting images out on social media, put your snap code in the bottom or top corner. Don't make it massively big, but big enough to just sort of raise awareness that you are on Snapchat. Overlays on videos. If your thing is video and you're using like iMovie or Final Cut Pro, you can put your snap code in a corner again, so it's there permanently. Look at email footer. So when you're just your normal email and you're emailing clients back or potential clients or just people who you email in general, then you could have your snap code in your footer. You can send it out to your email list. You can put it on flyers. You could put it on gym handouts. So an example could be like exercise of the day. So you could do a Snapchat exercise of the day at 8 a.m. every single day. And then your clients know that, oh, if you want to know how the exercise of the day, the benefits, what areas it targets, etc., follow me on Snapchat. You could put it on stands at expos. Pretty much put it anywhere that you know that your target audience will be. So here I am with content sharing across other platforms. So this is my good friend Adam Ali. This was a Snapchat. I clicked on the bottom right thing. As you can see, it says save to camera roll. You can then take that image. You can then go over to Instagram. You can then upload that image. And then your call to action could be click on the link in my bio to add me as a friend. Now, we're going to discuss this in a bit because when Snapchat first came out, Instagram allowed you to put the URL in because it literally was www.snapchat.com/whatever your handle is. But since then, Instagram doesn't allow you to link out to other social media platforms. So what we can do to come around this and have a hack is to actually use a Google shortener. So here, as you can see from the text here, click on the link in my profile, and now I'm going to show you how you can actually upload that in your Instagram profile. So Instagram hack, go on goo.gl, copy and paste your Snapchat URL in, shorten that URL, and then copy it. And the good thing about this is that this gives you free information in regards to how many people have clicked on it. I think when you click on the details as well, it tells you when they did it, etc. So this is something that you probably wouldn't have got unless it was like a Facebook ad and looking like clicks to websites, etc. So definitely make sure that you do this. You need to use this as a Google shortener. Once you've got that, go over to your phone, put it in your notes, put it somewhere secure. Now, the next thing you're going to do is go to Instagram, go to edit your profile, and in the website link you see there, you can just paste it in. And then on your actual sort of description, just put follow me on Snapchat with an arrow down. And then going back to using that cross promotion of platforms and downloading that content on Snapchat, especially if it's like a funny lens or whatever it is, or you do a face swap with a famous celebrity, because you can do that now. And then put that on Instagram, put the relevant hashtags as well. And then the call to action will be click on the link in my profile. They click on the shortened Google URL. It then takes them over to the Snapchat app. They open up the app and then they can add you as a friend. So now we're looking at Snapchat geo filters. So, I've done a talk for BSN, hence having Mr. Flex Lewis on there. But these are a great way to raise awareness as well, because you can put your handles on there as well. So if you've got a new product or a service that you're launching, and you know that at a specific location, at a specific time, your target audience is going to be there, then you can go on snapchat.com and you can download and look at all the guidelines. I'm not going to get into too much detail, and then submit a geo filter for a specific location. You can actually drag and put the location, make it bigger and smaller, and it then turns out how much it will be based on how long that geo filter will be running for, and obviously the size of the area. But it still is very, very cheap, and I'm going to go through some examples in a bit. It allows you to be creative and raise brand awareness. Again, you can't link out on it, but it can help increase brand awareness a lot. Even Flex said when he come in halfway through my Snapchat talk that he knew Australia by Science from Gary V's event in York Hall. He saw the geo filter, so you never know who's watching. The geo filters, when you go on the back end, tracks users and views, and I'm going to show that in a little bit. Again, you can't have links to websites or phone numbers, etc., or like an email address. Where to use them? Wherever your avatar is going to be in a large amount. So Conor McGregor, if he's got a fight in Las Vegas, Mandalay Bay, then the guys at BSN or whoever it is can create a geo filter. So when people on Snapchat and they swipe left or right, they'll be able to see those geo filters and use them. So again, use them wherever your avatar is going to be in a large quantity. So this is one I done literally in my flat. You can see the area is really small, and I think it's like a day and a half. And what was it? Start time? Yeah, like a day and a half. And I used it 33 times because it told me, and I got 6,500 views for pretty much $20. So if this was like a massive expo or a fight or somewhere where there's a large amount of people, like if you're looking, if that's your avatar, again, people can use Snapchat, and on after 24 hours, you get this data sent back to you, so you see how many people used it and how many people have viewed it. So how can we monetize on Snapchat? 24-hour flash sales. Keep it real simple. Use guys, if you're watching this now, from Snapchat, shreddedbyscience.com/snap. It literally is that easy. And then you can just change things. You can say, go over to here. You've got 24 hours to buy my guide at this reduced rate. You could have discount codes on your shopping cart. So if you've got a shopping cart, you could have a Snap one. So normally, say they get 10% off, you can then start tracking to see how many people have used that code. And then you can start gauging how much money you've made via Snapchat. Great thing to do is a soft selling. So show behind the scenes of your product launches. So if you're doing a guide or a program and you're doing exercise videos, show those exercise videos. Look at doing Snapchat exclusive offers. So again, people on Snapchat are the only ones which are getting that information, which are getting that offer. And I'm going to go through Jamie Alderton's fitness athlete case study of his 24-hour sale. Use the screenshot function to find out answers. Again, people ain't really going to message you and stuff like that, but they don't mind screenshotting it. So, for example, for the Shredded by Science Academy, Shredded by Science, our target audience are keen fitness enthusiasts or predominantly personal trainers. So my thing was, if your personal trainer screenshot this, so when they screenshotted it, I then went onto their name, added them as a friend, and then edited their name to AC dash, and everyone which was a personal trainer now has AC dash in their actual name. So therefore, I know that if I'm viewing content and I want to interact with people, I'm going to interact with those which are personal trainers purely because they're my target audience. So they're the ones which I want to provide value to the most, and they're the ones that we can help the most. So change their username to the location. So it could be if you're looking at people in your local area because you have a bricks and mortar, like Mortal Kombat, bricks and mortar facility, you can say, oh, are you in Surrey Keys or are you in London? And if they are, then screenshot this, and then you can again put down their location. Because if you've just got an offline business and no online revenue streams, it's going to be important in regards to the people which are following you being in a local area from a business point of view. So in the US, they do a thing called Snap Cash. So you just basically put the $sign in. And this one, if you put the $sign in 3 times, you can literally swipe like money. Show me that money. Swiping it. I'm doing the thing, you can't see me. So yeah, hopefully it may come over to the UK or other parts of the world. Monetize it rather than using like Skype consultations. You can do Snapchat video calls, so you can use that instead of Skype. So again, Skype's like the old man. It's old before your time. You can't do any cool stuff on it. You can look at Snapchat product placements. So just being aware of, if you maybe are a sponsored athlete with supplements, having supplements in the background so you're not spam selling, but they're in good places. And even you add money for like influence marketing. So if you make a name for yourself on Snapchat, you become that influencer, that person who is the Snapchat person. You can get maybe big companies. If you think like Casey Neistat with YouTube, with Samsung, giving him the first 360 video at the Oscars, he got that opportunity. He would have got paid for that, and he got that experience. Another thing could be, again, just advertising your services. If you're doing like a webinar, if you're doing like a new course or whatever it is, or group training, again, using Snapchat to advertise that. So here's a real life fitness athlete case study. So Jamie Alden and Grenade J on Snapchat and pretty much every other social media handle. He done one competition on Snapchat. He sold 214 guides in 24 hours, which made him £2,140. He on average gets 2,500 views, which is quite a good amount. But when you've got guys like Flex Lewis getting over 20,000, he's just gone on, and Matt Ogre's getting over 30,000. Again, you can see. So when people say, "Oh, you can't make money off Snapchat," I'm saying Snapchat, you can make a lot of money off of, because it helps that personal touch, that person getting to know you. You cannot, there's no other social media app out there or platform that I consider to be better than Snapchat when it comes to building that know, like, and trust, or that know, love, and trust. I said to, so that worked out an 8.6% conversion based on average views. I asked Jamie what would happen if you put that on Facebook, and he's got over 112,000 fans. He said he may have got 40 to 60 sales. So a massive difference. Facebook, you can link out to your URL. Snapchat, you can't. So Jamie would just be literally like, go to this URL, screenshot this, do that. So that person got to know it. Got a flying buzz around me. So guys, if you have any questions at all on that, I'm going to go and head over to the SBS Elite Facebook group to see if we've got any viewers and any questions. But even if you've just watched this on the replay and you're not currently here, send me a message and on Snapchat, add me on Shred by Science, or you can scan a Snapcode now or print screen this if you're on your mobile device. Add me via Snapcode, because I've shown you how to do that. And I just want to thank you for your time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you soon.